Welcome to our live stream of high school sports. Please note that this broadcast is produced by an independent team of sports enthusiasts, and the views, opinions, and commentary expressed are solely those of the commentators and not representative of the schools, teams, or athletes featured. While we strive for accuracy, occasional errors or misstatements may occur. This stream is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the show.
Yeah, come on, let's go. Hey, you ain't never seen nothing like this. Ain't no telling how it might get. It's the hypest right here. High school sports at its finest. So many highlights, you have to rewind it. Hey, Stream City, let me just remind ya. The heart of a lion, a team full of fighters. So many stars on the field, it'll blind ya. They're giving everything they got till the time's up. Yeah, legends in the making. History is made. We just getting started. You ain't seen a thing. YSN, gotta know the name. They gon' bring the flames. They gon' do their thing. Take it to another level. Don't hold back. High school, got a passion and we show that. Got the drive and you know they got the heart. Number one spot for your high school sports. Let's go for the win. Hey.
And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. It is February 2nd, to be exact. It is Groundhog's Day, National Catcher's Day, and you are tuned in to YSN Live. DJ Yoakley alongside the 8-time best-selling author, world traveler, 2-time Grammy Award winner, Emmy Award winner, Pulitzer Prize nominee. We didn't win. We're going to come back strong, though. We're going to come back strong. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Anthony Ronald Hartway.
I spent that whole intro sweating because I wasn't playing for me. I mean, it had a black screen. The top of my screen said video failed to play video clip. So I'm sitting there hoping that we're on, hoping that it's playing, and then not knowing when I was going to come up. So I was just like, okay, here we go. Good way to start a week for me. But
Buddy,
good thing did it play on your end? Did the intro play on?
I was all good.
So the intro played. It just on my end. I was sitting there like, I hope we're on.
Well, I don't think you saw, because you were in the midst of a barn burner over in Champion on Thursday.
Yeah.
But I had quite the show. Internet cut out in the middle of my interview, and there was nobody to kind of fly the plane. So Dave Rock, who was being interviewed at the same time, and Pat Carton were just kind of like hanging out there for a minute by themselves until I could hop back on with my phone, which had internet, obviously. But Comcast, well done. Well done. Or not well done, depending on how you take sarcasm. So we're back, though, baby, and better than ever. And I'm not taking any chances because I'm live here at the Athletics YSN facility. And, boy, I'm happy to be here. I love the backdrop here. I love being here. The weather cooperated. The children are back in school, thank God. I didn't think it was ever going to happen, man. And I'm not usually one of those, like, usually I'm, like, actually excited because I don't have to drive. Don't have to do the dad thing in the morning. It's just like, okay, you kind of let the day happen to you. Boy, by Friday, whew, if he didn't go to school today, he was going somewhere. Like, we were just gonna let him wander around the great village of East Palestine for shelter. So Derp is back. It looks like
Derp
in the
is real
comments.
back. He's loaded
Welcome.
up.
He's all the way back.
And the first one just gave me like PTSD because he told us how long it is until high school football.
You know how I feel about that. Derp, you need a hobby, man. Like I love football as much as the next guy, but you and I both are kind of like, whew, it's in the rear view. Like we're not ready to tackle any of those monsters yet. That are just living in our head rent free. And then he jumps Derp having a one-man conversation in the comments section, which I love. Jumping into the unfortunately he saw his shadow, which we're talking about Punxsutawney Phil.
Punxsutawney Phil.
Uh,
What number Punxsutawney are they on? I think it's like 19.
it's just one, man. He's the OG. It's not
Oh.
even a real groundhog anymore. It's just
Oh, come on.
it's an AI. It's an AI groundhog.
AI groundhog.
And then Derp goes straight into the who's ready for baseball and softball season, though.
You're not, because you're skipping over it.
And then he's explaining about the difference between the data and
Thanks,
the internet. And then let's go.
Let's go. No more dad pain.
I don't listen. There's
Shout out.
ask any dad. There's always dad pain. There's always dad.
Yes.
I don't even know what that. I don't even know what that means.
Where are you feeling the most pain?
And then
Sean?
Sean Derp returns.
The return of Derp.
Welcome back to YSN Live, where we don't have an interview today, but we got lots of highlights we're going to talk about. Lots of things happening over the weekend. Boy, did the 1,000-point scorer fraternity, sorority, depending on which way you look at it, get larger this weekend. But where I want to start, I don't even have the highlights to show, but last week, history in the making as the queen was crowned. Crestviews, Addison Rhodes, the all-time leading scorer in Columbiana County history. We've been talking about Addie Rhodes for 4 years, probably a little bit before that, because we saw her coming. Maybe, possibly, could be the most dynamic basketball player, boy, girl, any division, that has ever come across the YSN universe. When you think about Addison Rhodes, what this particular segment of her career means as the all-time leading scorer of Columbiana County history, what does it mean to you? What do you think it means to her?
I think it means the world, and we had a chance to be there. Tony Perazio had a great job being there for that game. It's one of the things where she's gone through a lot. It hasn't been a up trajectory all the way. She's had some adversity along the way, of course, like everybody that goes through a 4-year career. She's navigated it. She's been a leader on that team. It's more than just scoring points. If you watch her play, she holds everyone on that team accountable, and she's almost like the coach on the floor. I know that's kind of a cliche that comes around, but she's the real deal. Like, she makes sure everyone's playing up to her standard, and that's one of the reasons why Crestview as a team is so talented this year. Because like last year, they had a couple of seniors out. Lavraine Gaskins was a big hope for, and that's one of the reasons why. I think this year a lot of people were like, well, Crestview, the door might be a little bit open because they're losing a couple of seniors that weren't important to the team unit. And Addison Rhodes has done a really good job leading a couple of really younger players that have stepped into some roles. And you see, Carly Perry, the freshman, come up for Crestview. You see the sophomore Brianna Baker step into a bigger role this year. Ava Busey is coming in and having a huge kind of finally being healthy for the whole season kind of season. So it's not just Addison Rhodes in that Rebel Dome, and she's one of the big reasons why, because she's raised the standard of everyone on that team, and that's why it goes beyond the points. It goes beyond the scoring. We're talking about her breaking the record, but there's so much that she does for that program that goes way beyond how many points she puts up on the scoreboard.
Miss Rhodes, without a shadow of a doubt, is the court general. She is, can do so many different things. You alluded to it a little bit earlier. Everybody looks at her for scoring, but what she can do without the basketball, I think, is more dynamic than what she can do with the basketball. And I think that's saying something when you're talking about as much as she fills up the bucket on a nightly basis.
I told this story last year when they fell in the district championship game in overtime. Everyone else on the team kind of cleaned up the bench. They did the lineups. They went to the locker room. She stayed out and watched the other team celebration.
She watched the confetti fall.
Yeah, she did. She took it all in. And I saw that and I said, uh-oh, because next year's her senior year. I think a storm's coming. And, doing my best Andrew DePaulo impression, storm's here. The storm is here, everybody. The radar says it right there.
Did DePaulo say that?
Storm's
What
here.
if he just looked dead in the camera? Ladies and gentlemen, the storm is here. Like, that would be an intense moment across the valley on Channel 21 and on Storm Tracker 21. That would be an intense moment if Andrew DePaulo, the GOAT, is just dead on. Just, hey, guess what? I told you it was coming. It's here.
It's here.
Storm is here. And that groundhog needs to be on the grill. 6 more weeks of winter.
Yeah. It's on par, though, for where we are. We get, like, probably another 3 months of winter with our luck.
I know we're talking about Addison Roads right now, but low-key had a conversation with my wife on the way home from a friend's house on Saturday night. If you were to guess, and we'll put this in the comment section as well, if you were to guess how long some of these snowbanks, these piles of snow that have accumulated because of shoveling and plowing, when do you think we will see the last of those? Like, even like a little bump of snow. April 1st is my over-under. Anthony's dead.
The last of the snow banks. Yeah, I mean,
Are you taking over or under April 1st?
I'm thinking under. I think March is usually good for maybe a couple of days of warmth, and that might melt everything away. We haven't seen, like, it's felt like they've been there. They haven't even moved because last week they weren't melting. There was no melting of anything last week because it never got to even the freezing point. It never got to 32 last week. So I think as we keep going, we'll get more days that are, sunny and 40, sunny and 38, which is enough to start to chip away at that snowbank a little bit.
Buddy,
if
did
March
you see the forecast next week?
If March gives us like 3 or 4 days of that 50, 55, those snowbanks go down real well.
See, I'm telling you, Ty's
over.
I'm sitting with Ty on this one.
We'll come back April 1st. I'm going to write this down. We'll come back April 1st and see who's right.
Yeah, let's do that. And then you want to put a little wager on this?
Yeah, let's do it. What do we want to put on it?
What's
Skittles.
April's? You want to put Skittles on this?
Well, that was just what we say to make
Okay.
it kind
I was
of.
like, you want to put Skittles? I'm cool with it, but really doesn't do anything for anybody. Well, I mean, what do we do? Like April, what is? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Somebody will come up
April
with a
1st to figure it out, but we have it written down. No snow.
Under early April, says Derp. I don't think snow on Easter. I mean, I'm in Myrtle Beach for the first week of April, so I don't care. Like, you guys, I mean, you can be looking at snow but it snowed in Myrtle Beach this weekend.
With my luck with the bet, we'll have like a week right before April where the snow's gone, and I'll be like doing the early celebration, and then we'll get like a huge snow hit like March 31st.
And Andrew will once again look at dead in the camera and say,
"Snow's here.
It's here.
Snow's here."
I told you it was gonna come, and now it's here." Back to the topic at hand before we kind of derailed a little bit. Derp with a comment in there, it really interesting to me because he's hoping that Girard stays away from Crestview. I think there's a lot of schools, districts, coaches that are like, if we can save this for district championship, that would be nice. That would be nice.
Is for those everyone except Division 1 and 2. For the girls' side will be Sunday, and then for some reason the state split the division. So 3 through 7 draw one week, and then D1 and 2 draw the next week. I don't know why they did that necessarily, but Sunday will be the draw for Division 3 through 7 on the girls' side, and then the boys 3 through 7 and the girls D1 D2 would be the next Sunday, and then the last Sunday of that span will be the boys D1 and D2 tournament draw.
We got lots of highlights to get to. We are waiting for a special guest who I've been trying to get all day, and apparently he was too busy, but now he's not too busy. Our very own Christopher
He found some room.
Found some time for us.
Right back to to Crestview real quick. They have 2 of the top 3 scorers in Columbiana County now in their program's history because Kelsey Boker is sitting at number 3 and Addison Rhodes is number 1. Both of those D1 athletes. So it's pretty impressive for that program. In the last, Boker graduated in 2008. So you think the last, maybe 2009, I could be wrong, but the last, 10, 16 years, they've had 2 out of the top 3 scorers in Columbiana County. It's impressive. It's impressive.
Let's not forget about Ashley Schroeds, though.
Ashley Schroeds right there in the middle at number 2. And
by the way, there was a lot of poo-pooing going on about Columbiana County over the weekend when we released that graphic. Let's calm it down a little bit. Let's
want the
just
smoke? Come down to Crestview. You can talk them all they want.
Well, and that's what it was Columbia. Who cares about Columbia? I care about Columbiana County, number 1. But I mean, if she was Mahoney County's all time, we would do the same thing. Trumbull County, Stark. I mean, all of these. If she's under the YSN banner from the district she represents, that's what we're gonna do. So, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not allowed to bring you a roll out the red carpet for this young man because he just pops on the show whenever the hell he wants nowadays. Ladies and gentlemen, fresh off award-winning EOWL coverage on YSN, we bring in the one, the only, Christopher Charles Colucci. Fur, what's up, buddy?
It's going. Just at school on break right now. Trying to get back.
Taking some time out for us, pal.
Of course. Anytime to talk about wrestling.
Well, we know that's BS because you were kicking the can down the road yesterday. So good try, but we're not going to let you get away with that. Dude, the coverage this weekend was absolutely electric across the photography side of things with you and Greg taking pictures of the championship belt, which it'll
come back, I promise.
It isn't quite back in my possession yet. So well done with the belt. Well done with the broadcast. For you, what was the most exciting part of the weekend? What was the most fulfilling part of the weekend as an announcer, as someone who has lifted this YSN wrestling brand to where it is?
Yeah, I definitely think that, seeing the kids' faces when they were able to hold the belt and everyone, they were coming up to me and asking me about the belt, and I just kind of took it from the room, and you guys didn't really know, and I saw you at South Range and asked you, and you just told me to make sure I get it back. But definitely seeing all those kids so happy about holding that belt, and it was just a great atmosphere, great tournament. I love EOWL. Austintown puts on a fantabulous show, and I love it.
Who stood out for you? I mean, obviously the champions, the guys that actually won it, but who stood out to you in the event? Who do we think is going to be rolling down into it's still Columbus, right?
Yeah. So the state tournament's down at the Shot Center in Columbus. I definitely got to talk about Bo Nesbitt and Bobby Buhite. They put on that was probably my match of the night. Just 2 gladiators doing battle, and they had an absolute stellar performance. Bo Nesbitt came out on the winning end from West Branch. And then I also can't leave out Jake Hughes from Beaver Local, MVP of the tournament. Had a fantastic tournament and really did well in the finals, pinned his kid pretty early on. And, Beaver Local is very talented. Louisville, oh my gosh, are they talented. They had the team championship locked up before the finals even started.
Tyson Seaschultz now a 3-time champ, dude. An absolute dog. And he proves it yet again. What can't you say about Ty Seaschultz at this point?
I love Tyson. I was very fortunate to be in the room with him my senior year when he was a freshman. Very good kid, great family. He's a dog. Unfortunately, he got hurt last year and wasn't able to wrestle in it. And I'm pretty confident he would have been a 4-timer. But some things are lining up for Tyson, and I think he's wanted avenging that runner-up from last year, and he wants to win it all this year down at the Shot Center. Tyson actually called me that night and just wanted to thank me for all the coverage we did and what we do, and he just a stellar kid.
When you think about the talent in that particular, I want to say barn of Austintown Fitch on this past weekend, there's a lot of impressive individuals, but the event itself, I mean, it brings in talent from all over the place. What is the atmosphere like in a place like that, in a barn like that? And how does it affect you on the call and your team on the call when you're doing what you do?
We were very fortunate. Wrestling fans are like no other. They get very rowdy, I'd like to say. And, there's a lot of movement in the stands, and moms are the best. I'm getting snowballs thrown at me. But, parents are something else, and the atmosphere was just electric the whole entire night. And
Get them.
but no, it was a very good outing. Austintown, I can't say enough. They put on such a good show, very well organized and run. Super thankful to them for letting us be there and do what we do.
What was your favorite part? Take away your favorite part of the weekend, whether it was broadcasting or, taking pictures. What was it?
My favorite part of the weekend, there's just so many because I love wrestling when it comes. I mean, I'm a wrestler at heart and I still talk to everyone, and I wish I could go back and wrestle. But my favorite part of the weekend had to be just holding that belt. I love WWE. I'm a big WWE guy, and that belt's so cool. And I knew it was going to be a good idea when I saw it, when I had to pick up an extra set of equipment, and I saw that belt and I was like, I'm just going to take this.
Yeah, it must be pretty nice. Theft, being a cop and all. So, who's going to stop you at this point? Because who are they going to believe? Me or you? The guy that's going to be a police officer or the guy that's apparently stealing money from everybody? So, we know you got to get back to it. I was just trying to hold you on long enough to see you get pegged in the face with a snowball. So,
it's too cold. They went inside.
Thank you for everything you did this past weekend. We know that the coverage continues. You and Gary will carry it all the way down to Columbus, and we're excited for that. Thank you for the coverage this weekend. Thank you for the pictures. Thank you for taking the belt. Now get it the hell back here so that way we know it's safe. Thanks, Fur.
Thank you, guys.
You got it, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, the GOAT, Mr. Christopher Charles Colucci. Unbelievable. And if you can always go back and check out all the coverage that Fur had and his entire team on ysnlive.com. There's more info because apparently we're having, we tied. What are we talking about here? I don't know.
It says YSN Royal Rumble coming soon, says Sean Elwood.
Can you imagine? I think Chris Colucci would cash in a Money in the Bank briefcase right now at the EOWL. Like if there was one that was like in January, you know what I mean? Early January that you win the Money in the Bank briefcase. Right. And then you can just cash in and you just throw the singlet on, the headgear, and Fur's like ready to go. He's ready to, like, I could see it. And it would be awesome. It would be electric. And then you just have, I would make my special appearance of my which I'm terrible as a amateur wrestling announcer. I'll tell you that. I'm awful because I just am looking for somebody to swing a steel chair. And it is yet to happen. But I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones where Colucci's cashing in. He brings in a referee. 1, 2. Well, I guess they don't do that in amateur wrestling. But the shoulders are down. Pin. Got him. Colucci's your national champion or whatever it may be. Like that would be, dude. I'd go nuts. And then he'd get pegged in the face by a snowball, and then
I think Matt David. We got a comment from someone that was trying to hit him with the snowball.
Oh no! Okay.
We tried.
I thought it said we tied. I was watching both of them. I was like, oh man, hey, Matt, we appreciate you, man. We appreciate
Way to
you.
go, Matt.
Next time, oh gosh, you just got to line it up like Elf. Next time, we got to get Matt in on the thing. Like, hey, we're gonna bring Fur on the show. He's gonna be standing outside at this time.
Peg him.
Or
we set up Colucci to get hit with
shovel full of snow.
Get him into a kill box and then just drive him right there to the snowballs.
Live from the Thunderdome.
Yes.
We could bring it in here. We could bring it to athletics.
I like that idea.
I mean, this place would be just buzzing.
We don't have to go to Saudi Arabia. We got athletics right there. No 9 a.m. What was it? 9 a.m. You had to watch it for Royal Rumble?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. Because it was 9 o'clock in Saudi.
Don't get me started.
It's crazy.
Colucci says I'm cashing in on Matt. So we've got battles going on in our comment section
I
right
love
now
it.
across different
That's what it
platforms.
should be. Let's go.
Facebook versus YouTube.
Fight,
Set
fight.
it up like Dwight from The Office. Oh my gosh. Yep. The snowman. I mean, I thought Sam was going to go a different direction, and the fight between Michael and Dwight on The Office when Dwight was practicing karate. Second only to when Cosmo Kramer was in a karate class. That was also pretty good when he was all kids. I wouldn't mind. Oh my gosh. I want to see Sean Elwood in a battle.
Let's go. I'd take Shawnee. Shawnee's a scrapper, man. Take him.
Against who? Who would you take him against?
Oh, YSN roster. I mean,
If YSN, and I know we got to get to some highlights here, but man, we are in a dynamic conversation right now. If YSN had a Royal Rumble,
oh jeez.
who would you take? I mean, DK is a heavy favorite.
DK
He's
is-
got size. Ty Bartell, the big red machine. Big energy.
I feel
Logan
like Sam
Sarnas.
would be hard to get to the ground. Like
Sam?
Sam's got a like sometimes like most
Sam coming to the ring in a luchador
And-
mask would be the best.
puts out a cigarette. Let's do this.
It's Sam in a cape and a luchador mask. El Sam. Just El Sam on the back on the front.
Hello, ladies and gents. Scotty. Sam says Scotty.
You know that.
Can't
You know
get
that
into the
first
ground. Scotty, yeah, he got me. Haymaker.
Scotty
to
would
the
eliminate
jaw.
you from the Royal Rumble so fast. Like there could be 40 people in the ring, and Scotty would single you out, and he would roll you over the top rope. He would take you right out of your chair and right over the top rope. No way you're getting. Oh my gosh! What about Radar? Radar is the wild card in all of this. Radar Pavlov.
Radar would be.
I can tell you the Radar would get chased out. Radar is the
Radar would-
Bobby Heenan of the YSN roster.
He'd be in the middle of his match, and his home would come and be like, Radar, we didn't know where you were. You didn't-
Oh, I'm out of here.
You know that bitch rebel voice.
He climbs out of the cage. Radar eliminates himself to avoid trouble.
Step out. Oh, my.
Unless we all collectively get Sarnas out, he's the clear favorite.
Oh, Sarnas. That's a good pick.
Big energy. Sarnas would be that'd be a good question. Like, who would you take in the Royal Rumble? Would you take
I think-
Colucci?
I
I
think
mean,
that's-
Colucci's got to be one of the favorites, right?
But technique wise, he's the best because he's the only one of the roster, I believe, that's a state champion wrestler. I think he's the only person on the roster that's a state champion wrestler. Gary would, I mean, like,
Gary
I know he's
Lana,
on-
you're gonna take Gary?
no, wrestling Gary.
Oh, Gary Altizer.
Gary
That makes
Altizer.
more sense. If you were taking Gary Lineker,
Gary's the first to go.
boy,
Gary would be like, I'll see you at the concession stand, Snoop.
well, we know he doesn't last the entire game, so there's no way he's gonna last the entire match. He's gonna be like, I'm out of here. I've been here for 2 minutes. I'm gone."
Halftime. You know, I got my 500 picks. I'm gonna go home.
It's just hits the button, burst 500 picks. I'm trying to think. What about Sigler? Sigler would be the cerebral assassin. Like
Yeah.
he would be so.
He'd be
Good.
like that Sherlock Holmes where he sees the whole fight before it happens.
I'm trying to think who else. I mean, Sarnas is. I mean, there's a lot of favorites in this.
You know,
What's-
the Hubbard students, I wouldn't mess with them.
What about?
I wouldn't up with Manzo and Fabrizio.
No.
No.
They have the youth on their side.
Yeah.
What about McKenzie? Mikey McKenzie. Like he would come off the top rope. He'd be like Macho Man. Speaking of, if we're talking about the people of YSN, we can't not bring in Andy Haig.
Oh, well, he's a showstopper.
I mean, he'll drive that elbow right into your chest, is what'll happen, and then it's over. He might not win it, but he's going to put on a show. There's no doubt.
He'd win if we had the high school coaches wrestling match. He'd probably win against everyone.
What about Matt Romeo?
Where do you put Eric Hughes on the list? Hughesy, my man.
I love
I'll take
Hughes. I love him, but he would have something like some promo right before the match that would just piss everybody off. And he'd be the guy that everybody eliminates all at one time. Like they're like, get him. He's gone. We love him. We love him, but he knows where he is. He knows where all of his words get him to.
Mike Ackelson. He's a big man.
The big fella. What Brian? Like nobody's talking about Brian.
No, Brian Scott.
He gets it. He's that's my favorite.
He
Brian Scott.
get you before he hits you. He'd just call you an idiot, and you'd be down for the count.
He would just grunt at you.
Oh.
The professor
professor.
enters number 3.
The professor.
Oh, Greg McAfee comes in. What if he's just standing there taking pictures, and then all of a sudden he just gets in when there's 3 people left and just starts throwing people over the ropes? It's the professor's time. Like Brock Lesnar is Brian Scott. He is the beast incarnate. There's no doubt in my
Alter
mind.
ego. El Toro Loco. El Toro Loco.
El Toro Loco. I like that.
Crazy bull.
Because you got Torres, Toro, the Crazy Bull. I like that a lot.
Whoa.
That might be a t-shirt. That might be a t-shirt. El Toro Loco with the Puerto Rican flag on the back, which technically is still technically
US
still in
territory.
America. Yeah,
They vote in Puerto Rico. They're voting
El Toro
citizens.
Loco. I like that a lot. Sam in nothing but a singlet and a cape and the El Toro Loco luchador mask is going to be ChatGPT.
We're gonna make it, Sam. I hope you know it's going
This
out.
is happening. This is happening, and we're going to find out how much it costs to make one of those masks. I can't wait. My life just changed about 5 minutes ago. Because it might be the greatest thing ever. Ever. Ever.
Now that's
Sam
content.
El Toro Loco versus the Beast Incarnate Brian Scott. One-on-one.
McIntyre's theme in a kilt.
Listen, you might be right. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to do that. The Scottish Warrior, right? That's Elwood. Is he Scottish? Is Elwood Scottish? Usually it's like a Mac, right?
Sean, are you Scottish or Irish? Which one are you?
Or none.
Or none? None of the above.
What if he just goes, I'm literally Elwood, El Wudo Loco.
El Wudo Loco.
Irish.
Ah.
But it works, he says. But it still hits. Oh, man. I think we got to pull this off. I think this has to be. I mean, we did cover wrestling at one point. We did. Professional wrestling.
You're right. You're right. We should have known. We should have
Oh,
known.
my
Notre Dame should have given it away, Sean. Bad journalism.
I'm disappointed. Give your Emmy back and your Grammy back.
Yep, it's all back.
Why didn't you give a speech last night when you won your Grammy?
I did. They cut it out.
They cut it out?
Yeah.
Yeah, that should have been the least of their worries. Let's get to some highlights, ladies and gentlemen, from
I didn't
over
take
the
a
week.
stance, so because
Was that a
Can't-
handicap joke?
yeah.
Yeah. Must be nice to be able to pull those out. And I can't do that, or else I'll get absolutely ridiculed. Good for you, Ant. Good for you. On to the weekend.
Somehow.
Friday night, I want to start off by saying Friday night was an incredible night at the Thriller Dome. I almost said the Thunderdome. The Thriller Dome, where Donnie Farron, everybody showed up in droves. Everybody was wearing purple, the white shirts with the periwinkle on it. I like to say purple better. Periwinkle, I sound a little bit doesn't sound right coming out of my mouth. So I'm going to go with purple from now on. But it's one of those things, like, we weren't sure if Donnie would actually be there. We were told that he wouldn't, as a matter of fact. And I want to say it was right before the game, Paul Munson called out Donnie Farron, who was literally right down the row from us, where we stand at the Thriller Dome, and in the mezzanine. And I think I was told reports, I couldn't see him. He became emotional. And obviously when you look at, and I wish I had the picture to show you, it was a packed house. I mean, there was not one seat to be had on either side. There was a lot of people in the mezzanine. There were a lot of people that were out, handling the 50-50 raffle, some of the auctions, all the stuff that was happening that night. I will say this, this area, and it's not just South Range, this area as a whole is unlike any other in the entire country, because if somebody's battling something, everybody rallies to their side.
Yep.
They protect them if they need it. They stand by them. They stand behind them. Wherever this area is needed, that's where we collectively fill in. And Friday was no different. I was trying not to get emotional because Donnie means a hell of a lot to me and a hell of a lot to a lot of people, and you could tell. And when he showed up, you could see people wiping tears from their face, knowing what he's going through. And not to get into the weeds about all he is, but he's in for a fight. And I want him to know, and everybody to understand, we have his back here. And it's not just because he's South Range and the athletic director at South Range. It's because he means a lot to me personally. And this is something that is beyond business. This is something that is personal to me. And he was one of the biggest backers we had at YSN and still is to this day. And I will do anything under my power. I will pull any card. I will call any person if it means that we get more time with guys like Donnie Farron, because the world needs more Donnie Farrons and people like him that care about your kids. Is he always easy to deal with? No. And he'll tell you as much. But his heart's always in the right place. And I think it's always a great thing to rally behind people who are willing to stand up for your kid, no matter come hell or high water. So if you're wondering why there was so much of that on Friday, it's me. It's what we stand for. And we, why don't you do this for everybody? I'll be honest, there's a lot of things we don't know about, and we want to stand for everybody, but it's also a situation where, you and I have discussed, Anthony, why, when certain people pass away, why do we honor them and not other people? It's not personal. It's just something that, what do they mean to the sport? What do they mean to the community? What do they mean to the brand of YSN and how we can help? I wish we could, do an obit section on YSN. It's just not feasible, and it's not what we do. We're not news. But when news impacts sports and sports impacts news in a positive way, or there's ways to become positive, that's when we rally around a cause. That's when we attack. And Friday was magical, man. I'll tell you what. And if he doesn't know that there's people behind him at every crack and crevice of his life, he does now. Donnie knows now.
And shout out to Boardman, because they took their steps in promoting that game, and they made sure their fans were wearing purple, and their fans knew what was going on that night. They could have just showed up like a Boardman game and just been like, oh, I guess this is happening. But they were prepared. They showed up. I heard they gave just as much of an ovation as the South Range fans did when they called out Donnie Farron.
It was incredible.
So Boardman gets a big shout out, and it goes back to what you were saying. It's not just a South Range community thing. It's a area thing. It's a community thing that we all get it. So Boardman did a really good job in that.
And they were all wearing purple. Hammer's
Yep.
wearing purple. I mean, it was a great night, and it was, and on nights like that it should be more than just basketball. It should be, okay, how do we, what's the mission? How do we execute, and how do we move on from it, right? And that's what it was. It was very, again, I'm going to use the word. It was very cerebral. Okay. Like, yeah, there was basketball being played. That was the reason. It was a vehicle to get us there, but it was much more than basketball on Friday night. Now, Boardman walks away with a huge win, even though South Range starts on a tear. They kind of ran out of gas, but it's one of those things that Boardman has so many athletes. You talk about Jace Varley, who hoping to have on our show, hopefully this week at some point. You talk about Jace Varley, who, and I can't wait. I'm still working to get some time to cut this highlight. Had the rare 4-point play. I mean, boosh, hits it, goes man down, and then goes to the line and just absolutely cold-blooded, boom, kisses it right through the net. It is, when you have guys like him, you have Ryan Smith, who was a major factor. We've been covering Rai since he was knee-high to a grasshopper with Boardman baseball and got us in. And then obviously Jerry Smith, who Tom Titus, my broadcast partner, was just could not stop talking about because he was involved in every capacity of the game.
Yeah.
Every single part of the game, Jerry Smith was a factor. And it was he filling up? Yeah. Was he doing everything? Was he going, was it 90 feet? Baseline to baseline. Yeah, he was doing that. He was throwing assists like they were, free apples at the orchard, just here, there, everywhere. And you got big Bulkley, and I'm blanking on his first name right now, but he had two or three 3-pointers that changed the entire complexion of that game. So when you talk about why Boardman won, Coach Flores put a lot of time and effort into, hey, we're going to have to beat them by having 5 guys on the floor that are willing to do everything, and that's what they did. And they had more guys on their bench that, hey, this guy needs a minute, go. And, when you look at South Range, we talked to Pat Carden on Thursday. They're really good when they're playing hard, really good. But they're not basketball players, and they are admittedly not basketball players. And sometimes it shows. Sometimes their athleticism lets them down. Sometimes it propels them, and sometimes it lets them down because you don't have a Lukey Rowan who is just a straight-up baller. You've got guys that are listen, you don't want to meet them on a football field. I know that. But on basketball, it's a little bit more grace.
Right.
You take away a Nick Toy from the press. We saw what happened against Hubbard. It hinders South Range big time. And if Tommy Valentine, who is lights out shooter, if he's filling up the cup, dude, it's over. But if he's not, you're going to have to find another way. Because everybody knows that 12 can shoot the rock. Everybody knows that Nick Toy can fly. Everybody knows that Tommy Titus, the TT, is able to orchestrate, to be the maestro of that offense and will play you on both sides of the floor. But Coach Carden is still waiting to put it all together, right? It just feels like it just feels like the marinade hasn't sunk in yet.
They're so close. They're so close to, and he talked about it in his preseason preview with both of us, how young they were going to be. Not just that they weren't basketball first players, but they're also just a young group of kids. Like it's a young team. So that they find themselves making a few young mistakes, a few inexperienced mistakes down the stretch of games. The first Hubbard game is a big example. Boardman game, Poland game, they had chances to win here and there. But they're so close. They're right there, which makes them dangerous because it's not like they have a lot to figure out. They have a couple of things to queue up here and here. If they pull the right strings, they can be that team that we've seen plenty of times in every sport that is like middle of the pack and seeding wise when tournament comes, that makes a run because they pull that right string right in the right time and they figure it all out. And they're so close to figuring things out. They're not losing by a lot. You look at their losses. They haven't been blown out of the gym once this year. They've been really right there. Chances to win every game they've lost. So if they just find a way to make those game-winning plays down the stretch at different points of the game, then that can turn things around really, really quick.
Well, I know that you alluded to the Poland game. Let's get to some of the highlights, starting with the Carmine Tucolo 1,000-point club. Welcome, CT. Welcome to the 1,000-point fraternity across the entire universe here at YSN. Let's get to that highlight. Anthony, you had the call.
Deep three put up and good. How about that? Carmine Tucolo starts his day with it. On the other end, Tucolo gets a bucket, and he is off to a flying start. That is good, plus the foul, Carmine Tucolo. And that is Carmine Tucolo answering with a three of his own. Tucolo in the corner, it's good for three. He finds a shot in the corner, it's up, and it's good. Carmine Tucolo hits the milestone. That is 1,000 points for him, and the crowd's going nuts. Poland on the inbound gets an open three. It's good for Tucolo. And if you thought he was slowing down at 1,000, you are wrong, my friend. He's got.
I love that. And to add on to the game, here's some of the best from the game.
The drive, the VC. VC scores. 3 seconds left on the clock after the timeout. We'll see if they put time back on. Right now, it's at 2.4 to get something. They get it in. Driving down the lane. Heave at the half court. No good. And that'll do it. Poland escapes the Thriller Dome with a win.
When you think about that, I mean, look, hey, cold-blooded. Ice in his veins. Jackson Veazey with the game winner comes across, and you think about what Carmine Tucolo was able to do, just filling up the cup on Saturday night. But, dude, the Veazey, that is a highlight forever. He's going to keep that, because when you're talking South Range, when you're talking Poland and anything, they could be playing checkers or hopscotch, for crying out loud. Those two teams, there's bragging rights at every single turn, and Jackson Veazey etches his name into the history books of part of the chapter that will be written long, long time from now.
Yeah, Veazey had 2 points before that play. So I think he knew, and I think Coach Fender knew how aggressive South Range was going to be on Natoli and on Tucolo, who were scoring a lot of points for them up to that point. And you saw it. Natoli had the ball. South Range crashed on him. They lost the backdoor cut. And Nick Natoli made a great pass. It was just a great pass to VC there. And then VC was able to make the layup and finish the play. So that's just one of those things where Eric Fender's a great coach. He's been around the block a lot. He drew up a play that kind of exposed over-aggressiveness on South Range's part. And it was executed to perfection. So it was one of those really well-designed, well-executed plays from Poland. That's why they're in line for an NAA championship. They only have one loss in the conference, and they're sitting in first place right now for a reason. They have great players, and they have a great coach in Coach Fender that knows how to use what he has in the toolbox.
It's a beaut, Clark, and it was a great call by you, my friend. Well done on Saturday night, pulling double duty on Saturday. We had a weekend. We had 19 games on Friday night, and I think
19 more on Saturday, and then the EOWL, so 20 live events on Saturday too.
And I didn't do any. I felt bad. I felt awful. I told Sigler that last night. I felt awful that I couldn't contribute on Saturday, and I'm sitting there like this, man. It was unbelievable. And the highlights, Greg and Ty doing the highlights and really filling up our content feed, and people really one guy out there not appreciative, but we took care of that problem. He's no longer a part of the YSN family. Good luck in all you do in your future endeavors. But another 1,000-point score, actually a few more. So let's get to the next one in Southeast, I believe.
Oh, what a pass.
Look at the humility, right? And this is what I love. Cohen doesn't want any of this attention. He's like, all right,
Let's get on. We have basketball to play.
on with it. Let's go. I mean, this is
I love it when away teams are able to stop the game and swallow their pride a little bit and let the away team have the moment, because this is at Waterloo, so nothing is demanding Waterloo do this for Cohen. They could have just said, hey, let's keep playing. But I love it when away venues are able to stop the game and call out the away team's player that is able to have this accomplishment.
I just love the fact that Southeast posted this to their social and we were able to share it.
Yep.
For not being there, so we apologize for that. But anytime you're able to cross this barrier, and we had this conversation internally, there's coaches out there that'll sit there and go, well, after 2 years, my kids got 5. There's no 500-point club. It's just not the way it works. And there's a lot of kids that'll never hit 1,000 points.
Right.
There's a lot of kids that will never hit 500 points.
Right.
This is an accomplishment. And people are like, okay, every time 1,000. Listen, we're not mad that you're mad. Is it just because it's not your kid, or is it I still don't. I'm trying to come to terms with this of why would you be mad about someone doing that, right? That is an awesome milestone in somebody's life, and hopefully any attention we give garners further attention by colleges and maybe travel ball, that they can advance their skills and advance their careers. That's what we're trying to do. It's not like, I'm trying to think of who Carmine Tucolo, for example. We're not doing that to sit there and grind it in the face of South Range or Lakeview or Canfield. It's like, hey, this excellence, this type of personality, this young man just accomplished this, and he's from Youngstown, Ohio. He's from our area. He's from our region. And I think we are tying the shoelaces of places like Akron and Steubenville and Cleveland, essentially, to Youngstown. And we're not hearing as much as we used to, Ant. Youngstown isn't Northeast Ohio. Because you'd hear it from Cleveland, you'd hear it from Akron, and you're not hearing we don't want to see Akron-Hoban games, or we don't want to see Orange games. You're seeing that people that love sports and love high school and amateur sports are watching these games because, hey, they can say they saw them win. That is what we stand on. Yep. That is the soapbox that we have nailed our shoes to. That is where we are always going to be. And I love that we're leading the charge in tying this region together and saying, yeah, we're standing with Akron and Cleveland and Steubenville and, hopefully, hey, fingers crossed, Columbus. And at some point we go Michigan, we go Indiana, we go West Virginia, we go Pennsylvania. It's one of those things that we should be excited and proud that we are tied to these states, these regions, these particular communities. That's the best part. In Southeast is very much a part of that.
Yeah. And one of the things that I think gets lost, because especially these 1,000-point scores seem like they all happen at the same time around the same point of the season. It kind of I think some people think it loses its specialty because it's like, oh, another 1,000-point score. It's happened. But let's say this weekend there was 5. So there were 5,000-point scores in the YSN family that did it this weekend. That's 5 out of how many basketball players on the YSN family on every team? Probably close to 1,000.
700.
So you're looking at a very small percentage of players that are able to get 1,000 points. Even when it seems like it's all happening and it seems like everyone's getting 1,000 points, it's really not. It's still a very small percentage of players that are able to accomplish that feat.
This is the cool thing as we look into more 1,000-point scorers here. McDonald, and again, this was a night that it was brought to our attention. Boy, what a night to be a Blue Devil, huh? Juliana Krumpak gets 1,000. Not in the same game. There's text out there of people that have written it up with poor grammar. And that sounds like they scored 1,000 points in a game. That would be a record. Over the course of her career, Juliana Krumpak scores 1,000 points and shares it with a very special friend on Friday night.
6 to play. They'll give it to Krumpak. She puts up a 3. That's worth 1,000 words. Juliana Krumpak has reached 1,000 points with 6:45 to play in the ball game. McDonald looking to keep that undefeated season alive, but Campbell has a few words to Capozzello. If he gets it, he's up. He got it. 1,000 points for Joey Capozzello. It's a 1,000-point night for the Blue Devils. First, Juliana Krumpak in the Grills game, and now a layup for Joey Capozzello.
I mean, can you not? Oh,
Way to go, buddy.
Dude, it's worth 1,000 words, he says. I love it. Joey Capozzello and Juliana Krumpak for McDonald coming through in the absolute clutch. I just lost my mouse, dude. This is not a good thing. This is not a great situation.
Let me see if I can do it for you.
We're in a bad sitch right now, dude. Oh, come on.
Got it. We're good.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Congratulations. You just took over as captain of this show. What a night for McDonald. Shout out to Jimmy Francis Shelley, who made sure that we were aware of everything going on that morning so we could transmit, hey, DK, could be a special night for you. And it indeed was. And he delivered with, fastball still working for old Dakota Kotzel.
That doubleheader was one of the only positive things that came out of all the cancellations because that forced them to put both those games on the Saturday doubleheader for Ed Campbell. So because of that, it kind of lined up where they were both gonna get 1,000 at the same time, which was just awesome to have a doubleheader with two different players scoring 1,000 points in their career in back-to-back games. Usually it doesn't work like that. Usually the calendar does not flip that way, but for McDonald, the skies opened up and the light shined down on them, and they were able to get two different athletes with 1,000 points in the same day and the same place.
And not only that, but the boys able to take at least a share of the MVAC crown. So you think about that special night for McDonald on the road, nonetheless. And hey, big game DK. I don't know, Sean. I think you still are wearing that crown, pal. That was an electrical call. Big energy. That name's taken by Sarnas. We got to figure out DK.
He can actually be the mailman because he is a mailman.
He always delivers, though. Always delivers. I would say one of the most historic nights we've seen in a long time, especially in McDonald's.
Just while we're doing 1,000 points, yesterday we couldn't be there because it was in Smithville, but Ursuline went to Smithville yesterday and was playing in an event, and Noah Bell got his 1,000th career point with a breakaway dunk and won through contact. So Noah Bell.
Do we have the video?
It's on Instagram. I didn't save it. I shared it on our story. It's on our Instagram story. I don't know how to save someone else's Instagram video if we didn't post it.
I can
try to figure that out.
Send it to us.
I can screen record it.
Well, let's not steal, Anthony. Like we just had a cop on.
We'll give credit.
No. We asked for credit first. We're not going to play that game of we're going to take it then ask for it later. Like we do things by the book there. Hamburglar. Rebel.
Was just trying to find ways to save it, and you took us down a dark road. It's okay.
I didn't take us down a dark road. You're stealing intellectual property, my friend.
That is a vast misrepresentation of my intentions.
Just because you use big words doesn't mean you're right. Yeah, take that. Take that, Anthony Ronald Hartwig. I should give your address out too, so somebody can toilet paper your house or something like that. You know it? I'll find it.
We'll find it.
No, I don't know it I don't even know my address off the top of my head. I say, truck, take me home, and it goes, okay.
Okay, we're going home.
Yes, master. And then finally tonight, and I need your help on this one. Canfield look like they are who we thought they were.
Yeah, Canfield wins another AAC championship. They have that wrapped up now. They had to deal with a little bit of a comeback from Howland. It was 67-61. I think for the Tigers' sake, I mean, I think that's the most Canfield's given up this year. So if you can hang your hat on anything in a loss, you were able to find a lot of things that most teams aren't able to find against the Cardinals. But Canfield still came out on top, and they still finished that AAC season with another championship crown in that conference.
Please run the highlight.
Gotcha. I was setting it up. I forgot that you couldn't run it.
Connected. 2.5 to go. The pass. Wow, beautiful one. To Rishel. Unbelievable pass.
What a play. The execution all around just amazing.
Maya Kabancic, the dime she has dropped tonight. And that's a foul. +1. Janone. Into the compactor unit. And got it +1 more.
I couldn't tell you. That's my least favorite tag, by the way. On the and everybody uses it. I hate that one. It's such a soft tag.
Into the compactor unit.
I don't know what that means,
that.
but I like it. Like that was one of those things. Like you just start talking about things and you just emphasize it, and you're like, "All right, we're rolling with it."
Like that's like a trash compactor. Like it crushes the.
He
So I
said
think,
it,
like-
and I bought it. I'm sitting there. I'm like, he knows exactly what he's talking about, dude. He knows exactly what he just said, and I'll buy it. Put it on a shirt. Put it on a shirt because guess what? I'm in. He knows what he said, and I'm I'm behind you. I got you. Trash compactor unit. Well done, Ty. That might be one of those things that someone said, "Hey, I bet you can't work this into
Bet.
you can't work this into your call," and he ends up on a highlight with that. Now, to be fair, he cut his highlight, I would imagine. So it was one of those things like, "Hey, I use this. I'm gonna put that in there." Shout out! I mean, he had a little color commentator there as well.
Yeah, Kaylee Luckland was there for alumni night. So
Lady Luck coming through again.
she wanted to be on the call because she hasn't been able to do too many this year. But there for alumni day, they had a whole day for alumni at Canfield. They had a breakfast. I think they had like a couple of events during lunch, and then of course they had recognized them during the game. So Canfield really went all out for their alumni on alumni day.
They always do. I love when these schools pay homage to the alumni, whether it be Hall of Fame, alumni in general. Like Salem had it a few weeks ago with some of their teams. And like, it's the foundation that helps you get to where you are. And that's what good schools, good districts understand. And they want to make sure that they can push, because you can't get to where you are without what was the bricks that were laid before you. And I mean, every talented school, every school that is based on championships, we always talk about Moody and Ursuline when you walk into their gym, how intimidating it is with all the flags and all the banners that are hanging. Man, we are so fortunate in this area to have so much talent.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that's kind of where we're going to stand on our soapbox and be like, that's our job to point that out. So well done. Congratulations to all the teams that had big weekends, whether it's for wins, whether it's for milestones, or whether it's just great games and great efforts across the area, great events across the area this weekend. It is that time of the year, Ant, where things are just magic. The 1,000-point scores.
We transition into this week where a lot of teams are having their senior nights, and those are special nights as well, where they get to pay homage to people that have put in 4 years of work for their program. So a lot of senior nights that we're going to be at this week too. Those are always fun to be a part of. It's kind of one of those bittersweet moments where we've watched people that we've covered for 4 years go to their next chapter in life. We love to see them succeed, but we also are like, we love covering you. We want to keep covering you. We want you to be in this high school jersey forever. So it's one of those bittersweet moments when we get to be a part of senior nights. I know you've been a part of ones that you care about. I have too, and I'm sure all of our announcers have built relationships with people that they don't like to see graduate. As much as I'm proud of them for graduating, it's one of those, like I said, selfishly, we like to be like, hey, stay in this uniform forever so we can just keep covering you.
Well, and this one's a little bit different too, from a standpoint of the winter senior night. A lot of these student athletes either do track and field or, softball, which we have a lower amount of coverage for video and announcing the games. So we might not see that last time. So you don't necessarily see all the emotion, but a lot of the players, that we cover don't play a spring sport. When you think about it, or are limited because they're getting ready for volleyball or basketball, that they move on, especially in the girls kind of division of YSN. This is it. And I think this is where it really starts hitting parents. It starts hitting fans like us. It starts hitting the student athlete that this is it. This is the end. It's like the first of the last kind of deal because, okay, I'm going to be graduating here in a few months, and that's the last time you're ever going to put on a jersey in a lot of, and maybe the last time you're going to put on a home jersey as you head to the playoffs and further. So it gets emotional. It really, really gets emotional. And, you and I, we try not to do that, but we're emotional people. And it's tough to see some of these players that you'll never have the honor, privilege of watching them play ever again in person. And even if you do, it's not the same when they go to college. You can say what you want. It's just never the same watching them play in a different jersey because they're representing their family and obviously the community in a way, but not like it was. You know what I mean? Like you see that with a lot of the players, Sydney Watson, Landon Beidelshees and Jake Gehring, and it's just to name a few, and Bo Brungard. It's like, we're going to root for you. It's just not the same. It's not the same because you're not, I don't know how to explain it other than it's just not the same. So
Bo was at that South Range polling game. It was nice to see him supporting people in the community and nice to see him. I was surprised to see him out. I was like, oh, there's Bo Brungard over there in the doorway.
Well, his dad's a polling guy, isn't he? Yeah.
I forgot that before the game. And then I was like, well, duh, his dad's a polling guy. So, but when I first saw him, I was like, that's cool seeing Bo here. But then I was like, well, duh, Anthony.
No, duh.
I attack myself in my head. So no one's as hard on me as me.
Take it easy on yourself.
I'm my own worst critic, man. I'll tell you. Anthony, you moron. Not really. It's a bit.
I'm just glad you can't read thoughts at this point because I think you would.
Yeah. DJ'd be like, I hate this kid so much right now. Get off the screen. I wish I could show with myself.
No. Absolutely not.
Anthony's just here, so I have a safety net. That's it.
No. I think we got some good dialogue going.
We're good. We're good.
Hey, Sean's tearing up the comment section. Right
Sean, what we got?
I don't have a mouse, pal.
His senior night. I was reading it. I made that mistake with Sean a couple weeks ago. I'm going to read it first.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Breaking news from Sean Elwood.
Yeah, senior nights always hit hard, and Sean's remembering his last time, marching at Niles as a part of the band. Senior nights are not fun to go through as a student athlete because it's just as bittersweet for them as it is for us because they're looking towards the horizon and all their future goals. But for a lot of them, high school was a special moment. They don't want it to end. Then Sean also says
his little brother is a senior at Niles
for baseball. Gonna hit hard. Hopefully you're on. Well, we'll get you on the call for that, Sean. I'm not even going to say hopefully. I think we can just nail him on senior night for Niles. You'll be there for that baseball game.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think spring sports is going to be exceptional this year from our standpoint, from a coverage standpoint. Working on some things behind the scenes to make that happen. And obviously Sean's going to be a big part of that. Anthony, you as well, with all the softball that you cover. And we'll try to do the best we can. And the content is where the most of our flex is going to be because we have Game Changer and we have people that, report to us the scores, and box scores are easy to send in and break down from, a story standpoint. But we're trying to increase our coverage from a standpoint of broadcasts.
Softball and baseball is probably the easiest sport to write stories on games we weren't there for.
Correct.
with Game Changer.
Because the box score tells a story
Right.
right away. And the Game Changer obviously gives us the story
Gives us
as well. So, but I mean, we're trying to up our game from a standpoint of how many games we have when we get it. But obviously, we are always going to be. I don't want to say the word. We're going to be handicapped by the weather. You know what I mean? I couldn't find another word to help me out, Anthony. So I apologize.
Hindered.
Handcuffed.
We
are handcuffed by the weather. There we go. But that, I mean, I'm probably offending something with that as well. Probably Chris Colucci.
Okay. Chris Colucci, how dare you?
You sack of subs. It is time for the Joe Dickey Electric What's Your Spark, presented by Joe Dickey Electric. They are everything electrical, and just like YSN, they're available to you 24/7, 365 at DickeyElectric.com. This is where you hit the button.
Oh, I forgot I have to hit everything.
Oh my God.
I'm so out of it right now.
I hate you.
You got it?
It's on your own when days when I'm not here. You just stare at the screen and pretend.
You've never watched Wrestling Wednesday, have you? It's wild. No, my spark today, I'll just take it. Wow.
If you take mine, I'm going to smack you. I will drive to your house, which I know where you live, and I will fight you.
No, it's weird. I was thinking about it yesterday. Like, texting has really warped, and social media too. Like the way my brain reads communications. Because I was talking to someone, and we were having a great conversation. There was no indication that like they were mad or annoyed, but they said like a normal one-word answer. But something in my brain says one-word answer through text. Oh, they're short. They're being short with me. I must have said something that ticked them off. It's just really weird how that happens. And I noticed over the weekend that it happened to me somewhere along the way where I feel like even if I'm talking to someone in person, they say okay, or they say no, or yes, or whatever. I'm like, well, that's normal. That's just a part of it. But for some reason, text, if I get like a thanks instead of a thank you, just that like my brain interprets it as, well, they must be annoyed because they didn't take the time to write thank you instead of thanks. Like, it's stupid, and I'm so like annoyed at myself for thinking that way. But I just noticed it this weekend. I'm like, I can't believe I think this person who we've been like all day we're having a good conversation, everything, and they send a normal one-word answer, and I'm like, well, I take them off somewhere along the road, and it's just that's my spark. Texting is weird. Tone is call people, talk in person. I'm trying to do better with that.
You all right?
Yeah.
You want to talk about it?
No. It's just
see, you're mad at me. You just said no. You didn't.
I know, but then we move on to the conversation. We just like texting. If I just said no to you, I'd be like, oh man, that guy's annoyed with me.
How old are you right now?
I'm 16, guys.
No. I'm being dead serious. Like how old?
34.
Okay, so you got another few months before 35 hits, and then you go, I don't care. Like there's something about 35, maybe 40. You get there and you just go, I don't care. Like you care enough. Like if the person's mad at you, you're gonna want to apologize. But
right, that's why
you
I
get to the point where you just, I don't give a rat's. You know what? Sucks to be you, man. Like I didn't do anything to you. You get to that point,
right.
Which I thought I would hate it. I love it. Because you just, I can't save you, man. I can't save everybody. So, Sigler and Sigler, I love him. Notorious for the worst texter ever. Second only to Noah Doty, who takes days to get back to you. Like you're on pins and needles when you're texting Noah Doty, which I love him. But Sigler is notorious for the one-word text and just bad texting. It's just bad. Like you always think he's coming at you from a different angle, and you're like, wait a minute, what did I do? I hit 40, and I was like, I don't care. I don't give a crap.
I live for the day that I hit that spot. I haven't hit it yet.
Look at Will Rutledge's comment.
Yeah,
throw that up. That is a vast misrepresentation of my. ultimate U-turn on Anthony Hartwig. Boy, he just spun you right on your head. My spark is not Anthony's, which I'm excited for. Anthony, if you wouldn't mind hitting that last and final video for us. Oh, it's cold as ice. Ladies and gentlemen, the newest member of the YSN family from Louisville, Ohio, St. Thomas Aquinas. Welcome, Night Nation, to YSN. We are so excited, and we have a few more announcements similar to this one that we're going to be debuting in the next weeks/months to come as we continue to run wild, brother, all over Ohio and maybe another state. I don't know. We'll talk about that. But I'm excited to formally and officially announce St. Thomas Aquinas, the Knights, who, boy, back in the day, hoops and a lot of other sports, they ruled the roost. And through some conversations that I had earlier this morning and over the last couple of weeks, don't call it a comeback. Don't call it a comeback. I'm just saying that because sounds like things are working their way back into normalcy over in Louisville for the Knights. So I'm excited for that. Shout out to Rob Johnson, our Louisville expert, for making this happen. And the Knights will debut on YSN Friday night.
Oh, it didn't take long. I love it.
Mooney.
Let's go.
You're on YSN. Yeah, congrats on getting St. T on board. Great interview. Coach Farino over at Louisville. What a stand-up guy. Like, I'll be honest. I said when Coach Kappas stepped away and to go to Mount Union to be the defensive coordinator, that's going to be a big shoes to fill. Because if Chris Kappas called me right now and said, the general is wounded, but the war is not over, which way do we go? You tell me which way we're firing the cannons. Chris Kappas is going to be a national champion again.
Oh, yeah.
Mount Union is going to be a weapon. And that particular human being is a big reason for it. And I can't imagine he's going to be too far away from Louisville because that's still a easy skip over to Alliance, Ohio. So I'm a huge fan of Chris Kappas. When we sat down and talked to him, boy, it takes a lot to kind of, knock my shoes off. Whew. That coach, he's legit, man. No surprise that he's at the next level. So, Coach Kappas, congratulations. Coach Farino, welcome. We cannot wait to sit with you and chat with you. And I heard Rob Johnson, Anthony, has something lined up for softball for Stark County. So I'm excited about that. And breaking news, we do in fact have the regional finals that are locked in for at least four divisions here in Ohio. So we will have those games for you, whether they are YSN schools or not. We are representing our friends and our partners over at the NFHS. So excited for that. Anthony, you will have two of the divisions, and then Ty Bartell will have two of the divisions from the Canton Fieldhouse. So excited for that, and much more news coming on the boys' side of things. So excited for that, and people have been asking, and I want to get that out there. We'll probably put it out closer to tournament time, but we will not have the games per se on YSN, but we will live to tape, right? So we'll be recording the games, broadcasting them live for the NFHS, and then we will have them immediately following for free on YSN Live tape delay, but they will be live to tape on YSN. So what that means is we'll have more games, a lot more games, especially in the districts going into the regionals. We will have all of those, hopefully all of those, as many as we could possibly get, and we will be feeding them to NFHS. So good news, bad news situation is we will have the games. If you want to call it bad news, you will have to go somewhere else to get them. But what's awesome is it's one fee. Like you pay $13, $13.99, I think, a month, or you could buy for the year like I did, and you have it at your fingertips, all of them. So people were, paying $10 a game for football season. Now it's $13.99 a month, and you can cancel at any time, all that stuff. But we'll give you more instructions how to do that. I just think that's a really big win for everybody that's trying to watch hoops. And we're trying to work on some favorable deals to get you even more savings when it comes to the NFHS as well. And I think that's going to be met with very little resistance because we're bringing a lot of people over to the NFHS. So excited for all of that, excited for the end user, excited for the student athletes because they'll get more recognition, more coverage, all that stuff. And we're so proud of our partnership with the NFHS. And hopefully we get some of those guys on here to talk about that partnership, what it means to all of our fans here on YSN. Anthony, great show as always. Great show.
You too, man.
This mouse absolutely sucks. Like, I'm going to tell you that right now. And boy, we have not had a good technology month of January. And even though it's February, we're rolling right over. But we're going to we will march on. We will march on against all odds. This is going to do it for our show. We tap danced through 1 hour and 20 minutes. So congratulations to us. Thank you for sticking around the entire time. For all those of you that did, thank you to Chris Colucci for popping on, talking about EOWL and all the fun that they had this weekend. And the photos are available on our website on SmugMug. It's ysn.smugmug.com. You can also check out all the social media. They have links there to purchase those photos if you want them, if you need them. If you miss any moments, Greg McAfee did a great job in capturing those moments, as well as Chris Colucci with the belt pictures, which is we're going to have to put a few of those up here in the office. For Anthony Ronald Hartwig, the two-time Grammy Award winner. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is DJ Yokley. It's been YSN Live. We promise to be better tomorrow, but more importantly, Anthony, any sports be with you.
And you, my friend.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of Your Sports Network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.